Good morning. I wanted to let you in on what the character and voice development for me is like for my audiobooks. I usually do this while I'm driving, and I usually do it while I'm listening to another presenter's version of an audiobook. Now, surprisingly or not surprisingly, I'm not sure what your assumption is, I don't just copy a different presenter's version of that voice. I present to you a process for the Cowardly Lion. So in my head, I'm thinking, he roars, right? This is really embarrassing, but you have to be totally willing to go for it. There's no faking diving in the pool. Do you know what I mean? You have to just go for it. So with that snarl, I noticed that a lot of it is quite nasally up here. So I have this nasally voice. And then I think, what kind of accent do I want him to have? I'm thinking to give variety to the presentation, I want him to have a slightly British accent because I feel he's quite complainy. I'm not trying to say all British people complain, but I feel like a British accent gives him more of a sense that he feels he is royalty above all others. Okay, so now we're here, and now I have to think about tone. I have to think about, do I want it higher? Do I want it quite low? I can still stay nasally. I can still keep the accent, but do I want him to be down here? Or do I want him to be up here? What do you think I chose? I think he is quite higher pitched. And I think every once in a while, he would have a little snarl in his voice. The other thing is the tempo. At what speed will he speak? Will he be staccato, very separated in his words? Or will he be smooth and legato, very connected? If you can't tell, the tempo of the voice and the articulation with which I enunciate and present his voice with is quite varied. I think he would be a combination of sometimes the words putting out very quickly and sometimes for dramatic effect, slowing those words down because he is dramatic and pretentious. What do you think? It's quite a process, right? And I will tell you one thing that has totally influenced my realm in voice acting, my process, is my music background. So when I'm used to hearing things, I'm used to considering each of those separate parts of sound. So articulation, tone, tone quality, meaning nasally, forward in the mouth or backward deeper, sonorous or tight. There's so many different things. Whether the words are short and separated, staccato or legato connected. And I think of it a lot like music. Is there a tempo with which they speak? What kind of sentence inflections do they use? Do they da? What kind of like roller coaster ride do they go on when they say their sentences? Is there a pattern? I personally think this kind of stuff is so interesting. Probably not for a lot of people, but there's a lot more than you think goes into presenting and thinking of the characters of these voices. Bye.